Greetings and welcome to the audio version of the Fresh Fire International Ministries weekly blog, or vlog as some people call it. This week's title is When is a Sock Not Just a Sock? When is a sock not just a sock? I'm Pastor Janice Fareed Hardy. In John 6, verses 1 through 15, around 5,000 men, plus women and children, followed Jesus on his journey so they could watch more of his miracles and possibly get a miracle. Jesus did not call down angels from heaven to feed the people, whom he knew would be hungry and tired, but instead, Jesus gave that task to the disciples to test them and to train the disciples. Those disciples complained, the ministry does not have enough money to feed so many people. The only food that we saw was a little boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. But how far will that go among so many people? That's John chapter 6, verse 9. Yet Jesus told his disciples to have the people sit down. And Jesus took the small bread and the fish, and he gave thanks to the Father, and then distributed the food to the thousands of people. Everyone ate to their fill, and there were a lot of leftovers. The people wanted a miracle, and they got one. Just think about this. Jesus recruited a little boy to bless thousands of people. Well, recently, thousands of people were blessed by children at the Learning Tree STEM Arts School in Queens, New York. Under the direction of their leadership, a relatively small group of boys and girls, children, took what they had. They had enthusiasm, dedication, and love for the needy, but they didn't have tons of money either. They took what they had, okay? All of that enthusiasm, dedication, love for the needy, and they collected much needed items for homeless shelters to distribute. Socks. Yes, they held a sock drive and collected not exactly 5,000 as in John chapter 6, but they came pretty close to that number. But they're only socks, someone might say. Not really. School CEO James McLean explained at the sock celebration that clean socks can be the most essential need aside from housing for the homeless. Did you know that a homeless person can walk 10 miles a day seeking basic needs? Even with cold and wet feet, they rarely have a place to wash such items to avoid wearing them for days. A main reason homeless people go to an emergency room is for foot ailments. The president of one of the organizations receiving the socks described that the shelter often helps homeless people get a prosthesis because a diseased foot had to be amputated on a homeless person. Clean socks help. It can be life-giving. Since 1996, the principal, Nicole Bailey, has taught students that it definitely takes outstanding academics, but also a heart to help others to be a good citizen and a good human being. She, with her staff, they have held several community service initiatives addressing the needs of different people. It is a very unique school. So how did they do it? Well, School Public Relations Director Veronica Raphael got the word out that the children were spearheading this. So parents, the New York State Senator John Liu, New York City Councilwoman Sandra Ong, the faith community, Target, Dunkin' Donuts, and many people and organizations around the city and Westchester started collecting new socks or goods. In fact, 2 firehouses competed with one another to collect the most new socks for the children at the Learning Tree. And as with the John 6 story, thousands of needy people were blessed as little children led the way. So Fresh Fire celebrates the Learning Tree STEM Arts School from their pre-K for all program up to their 8th grade scholars for teaching our next generation how to be academically extraordinary and civically high-minded. Remember, Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." So we ask the riddle, when is a sock not just a sock? Well, here's the answer. Socks are not just socks in God's multiplying hand. When they're put into the hands of the Lord, the Master, those socks become much bigger because they could make the difference between the health, okay, the health and the sickness, okay, or even amputation of a homeless person. And this is a Fresh Fire personal request because we know this school so well. When you want to contribute to a worthy organization, please put the Learning Tree STEM Arts School at the top of your list. They are good ground. They are good ground to contribute into. And here's their website. Okay, www.tltstemarts.org. That's www.tltstemarts.org. So thank you for listening to this little tidbit here, and we pray that you have a fantastic week and that as the children, remember whatever you have, okay, whatever you have, it can help somebody in need. And if you need to reach us at Fresh Fire, you can always reach us on our website. And our website is www.ffiministries.com. God bless you. We hope you will visit us again next week.